Hello there, lovebug. How are you doing? So can Booktube ruin reading? Is it ruining your reading? I recently watched a video about, it's a wonderful video. It will be linked down below because I think that we should all watch it and just be aware, because I watched the video now like 4 different times, and there are like 419 comments, and I'm just reading through. I will screenshot and show you some of them. Everybody feeling the same way. I mean, 419 comments of people feeling pressure and like feeling out of the loop. And I don't know, it just made me feel like really, really sad. I had to get on and say my piece. This girl essentially felt like she had to read 95, 100, 150 books a year just to keep up with the Booktube thing. And again, a slew of people down below are saying that they feel the same way. And I just needed to pop on here and make my own little discussion video about that, because it genuinely made me really sad to read. During October, I posted a video. I was feeling kind of stressed. You know, I'm seeing like some of my favorite booktubers reading, 19, 20, 30 books a month. And then there's me, sometimes struggling to read 4 to 6. My mental state was bad at that time though. And since then, I have been reading when I can. I am a mom of 2. I am going to be giving birth here in a couple of weeks to my 3rd child. So that is my season of life. So can Booktube ruin reading? I just think that this is such an important topic because, again, if you search this, if you never have before, you're new to Booktube, or you're trying to keep up, you're feeling pressure, you're seeing all these beautiful bookshelves, you're seeing all these hauls, you're seeing all these people reading these super popular like fantasy, Colleen Hoover, all reading the same authors, and it might not be something that you're into, but you're feeling like you need to read these things because everybody else is talking about it. You see booktubers with 100,000 subscribers who are probably monetized, who are always put together, they look wonderful, and that's what you're setting your bar on. And what I will say from looking through this comment section of this girl's video is that for so many of us, it's simply not attainable, and it leaves people feeling like this like less than feeling, that like maybe Booktube isn't for them. And I just think that that's such a disservice to the whole platform. So I think that this is such an important topic, and I would love for more people to kind of make videos about like what Booktube has done for them. What is their reading experience? I love videos like that, people talking about their experience. So essentially what this girl was saying in her video was that she felt pressure to read 100 plus books a year. She said all booktubers read the same books, and quite frankly, the books that she is interested in aren't the popular books. So that kind of left her being like in a tough place. And I have to say same. So like a lot of these, and actually one of the comments, I will again post it here, like some of these fast fashion books, these fast fashion authors, which I guess isn't really nice because, there's a person behind these books being written. But like especially some of the thrillers, I've talked about this before, but like some of these thrillers or problematic girl friendships, or the same domesticated couple like killing each other, or like so many of these different thrillers with these bizarre twists that don't make any sense, that you don't hold on to the characters afterwards. It's not telling you a story that you're ever going to think about again. That's like a fast fashion book to me. just kind of churning out books just to make the money, I guess. And sometimes that's what you see a lot of. And same with romance, you know, like these toxic, romantic, books, stories that the people enjoy, you know, like some people like find those fun. And if that's what a person finds fun, awesome. But when that's all that you're kind of seeing on a platform, it's kind of time to revamp who you're following, basically. So what I will say is that this is not at all a video of me bashing anybody. Most of my favorite booktubers are smaller channels, and they are reading 19, 20, 25 books a month sometimes, because that is their season of life. They're able to listen to an audiobook while they're at work. They're like listening to an audiobook on their way to work. They have time at nighttime where, you know, they don't have other things. Like that is their priority, is reading a lot. So I personally don't fall into this category that Booktube can ruin my reading, because I am fully aware that that is their season of life and this is mine right now. I'm just doing the best I can. And I'm not about to waste my time reading a bunch of popular books that don't actually interest me just solely so that I can have something to talk about. A person with more time is able to sift through all these different books, and I'm grateful to them for it, because then I can watch their videos versus picking up the book and know like, oh, hey, okay, that's not for me. So I'm not going to waste my time reading it. So I love that those people have that time. So yeah, this is not a video of me knocking the popular booktubers or the people who do have a lot of time or the people who do read new releases constantly. This is not that at all. I say good for you. I think that that's amazing. I simply saw this video that this girl made and I read through the comments again, and I just felt really, really sad for all these people feeling like that they're not enough in the way that they feel, and that that's not their reading style either. And, you know, that there was actually like a lot of relevance to this video. And it's a way that a lot of people feel, especially if you're a small booktuber. You know, you've got a full-time job, you're a mom, you're a, you know, girlfriend, like whatever. This is not your full-time job, and you've only got so much time in a day. And a lot of these bigger booktubers, like that is their job. It is their job to read all these different books, these new releases that come out. They're, you know, they're getting paid for it. So basically, I just wanted to ease anyone's pressure who is feeling that way, that if you are feeling that way, if you're seeing these stunning bookshelves behind people, if you're seeing these massive hauls of people going to Barnes and Noble and spending hundreds of dollars and coming home and showing you all of these, and if in your heart you feel any type of less than feeling, I just kind of wanted to say you are just fine. You belong here. Your books that you're reading that might be 10 plus years old matter, and we're not hearing about them enough. And I love to follow people who are talking about books that I would not have found unless I stumbled across that certain person's channel. And that's like my personal goal here. I read Debbie McComber these last 2 months. I read about knitting. I read stories about women just sitting together knitting. Super corny, super, you know, but you know what? It made me happy, and I'm going to talk about it because that's what I needed in my heart and my soul, and maybe somebody else does too. You know, so like these books that are so old that nobody is talking about, nobody is thinking about, they're just sitting there on the bookshelf, all dusty, and nobody wants them. They have a lovely story in them, some of them, and we need to talk about those books more. You know what I mean? Like these new shiny books that are just coming out, they're getting their attention. They are being read. It's these older books, these grandmas who need love too. And those are the ones that I want to find. Those are the ones that I want to show love to. So I love following usually smaller booktubers who are talking about books that that maybe the bigger ones aren't. So I personally am looking for that. I'm loving that. So if you find this video and you're talking about books that are maybe older, backlisted, you've got a favorite author who nobody else is talking about, please let me know. I love to follow small booktubers. I love to make friendships. I love to just see different styles of books. Like, what are different people reading? Why does it speak to you? I love all of that. So here is how I have kept Booktube from ruining my reading. I am going to disclaimer this and say that I don't think any one person, I don't think any one platform can ruin anything for anybody. I think it's about being aware of what is going on, that a lot of these books that everybody's talking about are popular, therefore they're going to get more clicks, and that again is fine. But I need to know that for myself. Like, that's not what I need to validate my reading on. And I fully know that. And I just wanted to, again, send a little Valentine to anyone who maybe like just gets in themselves, like anxious about the books that everybody else is reading. Yeah. I allow myself to sift through these videos. I love to watch like recommended, like these are the top horror recommended video. These are the top horror books that I read. I love to watch people's favorite book videos. I love those. I love to watch like specific genre lists of what people are watching, and then I kind of pick from there. I don't typically find myself watching like, oh, my favorite 2023 books that I read, like the 2023 book releases that I read, because again, it's not that I'm not willing to read newer books. I certainly am. I definitely have a few books that are coming out in 2024 that I'm very excited about reading. So do not get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I just typically don't find myself like, oh, I need to know like what the new releases are. That's just not my thing. So I try not to pay attention to the new releases. I try not to pay attention to like the Goodreads challenges, like what this girl was also saying. I didn't even know this because I've never set like a Goodreads goal before, I don't think. But apparently, like, say you set a goal of 100 books to read in 2024. When you finish a book, it's like, okay, 99 books left to go. And then, okay, 98 books left to go. That would freak me out. So I actually, I have my own little reading journal. I'm a pen and paper girl. So I've made my own, like, I have my own little lists and things like that I would like to read. But certainly if I don't read them, it's only myself holding myself accountable or even seeing the reading journal. So there's really nobody I'm letting down with it. Not even myself, because we can't let ourselves down with reading. It's something that's nice. It's something that might be calming. We might be learning something, hearing different stories. I just find it to be really sad that people feel pressure with it. So here is my invitation to you. If you feel like that, take a breath. You are just fine. You read your 2 books in a year. That is wonderful. What were they? Were they awesome? I find that I typically read 4 or 5-star books because I'm kind of taking my time and reading the backs and like picking up books that sound really interesting to me. If I don't love a book, if it's looking like a 1-star, I don't think that I had any 1-stars this year because I just go ahead and stop reading. I'm not going to let a book that everybody else loves that I'm not feeling hold me down from picking up something that I might really, really love. So I also invite you to DNF. If that's, it's like the best feeling. Once you start getting into DNFing, it's like, oh, it's wonderful. It's amazing to DNF books, and I highly encourage it. So those are just a couple of the ways that I do not allow Booktube or Goodreads to ruin my reading. In fact, Booktube has really helped my reading because I've learned about so many different things that I otherwise wouldn't have known about. Again, with the favorite lists, with the specific genre list of recommendations that people make that I never would have heard about. You know, you go to the bookstore and you have no idea what you're looking for. I love having a little list. That's how Goodreads is helping me. I have like specific, like, okay, this is my horror TBR. This is my like whatever TBR, my nonfiction TBR. And if I go to the bookstore, I find myself like in a used bookstore, I have that list to go off of. I've already kind of gone through these books. These sound like books that I'd like to read. So then that's how Goodreads helps me. That is the only reason I use Goodreads. And I am totally good with that. So let's share our favorite books. Let's make more of those older videos. Let's maybe talk about books that you feel like nobody else is talking about. What are the underdogs? What are the books that have been sitting on your shelves for years because you read it when you were 18 and you had to keep it. You have reread it. It still speaks to you. What was it? Why did it speak to you? Share it, please. Share more of those things with us. If you're interested in mine, a lot of my favorite books are still books that I like read for the first time when I was like 18. I actually made a birthday video of my favorite books of all time. Where I'm kind of talking you through like, why are these books my favorites? Like, why do I recommend them? And I love to watch videos like that. So if you have made one, I would love to see it, but I would love to see more of those types of videos. And just find your calm. Just have fun. Again, there is a video out there with 419 comments, of people saying that they feel this exact same way, that they feel pressure, that they feel negative feelings, that, you know, slower reading should be celebrated. And it's so true. I don't think that Booktube can ruin our reading. I think we just need to be more aware and more willing to romanticize the whole thing versus incentivizing like the reading of a billion books, not even comprehending really what we're reading intentionally, and allowing the people who are reading all those books to enjoy that. Don't feel pressure about it. There is no competition when it comes to reading. You know, so that's just my little take. I hope that you take something from it. I hope that wherever you're at, you're enjoying your reading. I hope that you're picking out books that speak to you. And I hope going into 2024 that we're all just happily, calmly reading books that make us happy, and not feeling any pressure about it, because there's really just no need. Lots of love to you wherever you're at. Lots of love to me. Wish me luck with my newest little baby. Take good care. Take very good care. I will see you next time. Bye.